Stellaris is a game where almost anything can happen, and new and bigger things are implemented and expanded upon on a very consistent basis. And even though this is great for the game and us players, this also hurts the game at the same time. With the devs looking to add new things and improve upon what is currently popular, a lot of old systems and mechanics seem to take a back seat when they add more and more DLC content. So today I want to talk about a mechanic that Paradox seems to have forgotten about in recent years, and that mechanic is crime. This is Broken Systems, and today we're going to talk about how crime works in Stellaris. Before Megacorp dropped, the crime system in Stellaris was not existent for standard empires. Instead, all we had was stability and unrest, and those are managed through different systems in the game, and what both of them did in the game was instead of crime percentages, planets generated unrest based on low happiness, which could lead to decreased resource production and or revolts. Branch offices were not a thing, and specific job types like enforcer and precinct houses was not in the game as well. So mainly all you had to do was to make sure to keep your population happy and stable to prevent negative modifiers. But this all changed on January 26, 2021 when Paradox gave us
Megacorp, creating a better galaxy, today, tomorrow, forever.
When Megacorp dropped, it was and still is, I feel like, one of the better DLCs when it comes to content being added to the game and mechanics being added to the game. Megacorp came with a whole slew of things, like of course being able to be a mega corporation. You can focus on expanding your wealth and your trade to you and your allies, or you can just be the Mexican cartel. It also added new job types, new buildings, more mega structures, but most importantly, this DLC implemented crime being able to affect your empire. Crime at this point and still to this day has a 30% threshold cap, and once it exceeds 30%, modifiers like criminal underworld or drone demoncy if you're a machine empire, events can pop up which can generate criminal jobs that displace productive workers, nuclear trade value, and reduce your planet's stability. If ignored, these can lead to further stability drops, economic penalties, special events, and possible revolts. And what they added to combat this was adding the enforcer job type from precinct houses, or you can do the deal with crime lord's decision. This accepts the crime, removing all negative stability modifiers and preventing many of the crime events from happening, though it forces some pops to remain as criminals on your planets. Now this all sounds good and all, and you would think that crime will be an important factor in maintaining your empire, but in reality it's not, and is easily manageable. So easy in fact that once you have some understanding of the game, you won't even notice crime play a factor in your future games from this point forward in your Stellaris journey. Strongholds honestly do better at lowering crime and maintain stability on planets better than precinct houses that was once added for this expansion to deal with crime. And the deal with crime lord's decision was supposed to be a short-term solution but having long-term effects, but honestly it doesn't really affect you all that often in your game and doesn't really snowball when it comes to maintaining your posse and becoming criminals. And the cherry on top is that once you upgrade each one of your capital buildings, it adds more enforcers and increase amenity output on planet stability, and it also increases your happiness. Of course, amenities increase happiness. So it all makes this mechanic of crime utterly useless and so easily manageable that you won't even notice it in your games. Honestly, I think a crime-focused DLC that fleshes out all you can do with crime and how it can affect your empire will be really fucking cool, and having more negative effects when you have high crime in your empire. Also, making a deal with your crime lord's decision have more of an effect and make the situation mean more in your playthroughs. Kind of like if you deal with them, it should help in the short term but have more long-term effects. Kind of like if you have high crime, it should increase the likelihood of maybe armies deserting and making more criminal gangs and criminal job types on your planets. And also, if you have high crime, the likelihood of pirate fleets popping up and blocking your trade routes in your systems. All in all, the crime system I feel like is definitely not the best, and it could desperately need a change or a tweak. But let me know what you guys think. Like the current crime mechanic, or do you like the current crime mechanic, or do you think it needs a change or something like that? If you guys did like this video, please leave a like, a comment, and please subscribe. It'll help me tremendously, and I desperately love it when you guys interact with me. I love talking to you guys about Stellaris content. And let me know what you guys want for a next video or system that definitely needs to change, that I might need to look at. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.